My name is Cole McHenry. My in-game name is Xner. I'm from the United States, North American region. I've been casting Counter-Strike for about 3 years now, and yeah, I only cast Counter-Strike as well. So CS:GO is my esport. I got introduced to video games, I think, kind of by the classic older brother story of my older brother. Super into RuneScape, so just trying to fit in with him. Started playing RuneScape myself, and so that was kind of how I got into games. Just trying to hang out with my older siblings. My favorite game growing up as a kid has to be. It's a tough decision. It depends on like the nostalgia factor, or if we're going for like straight up favorite game, but I think I gotta go with favorite game here. It was definitely Minecraft. I probably spent some unreasonable amount of hours on that game, so I'm gonna go with Minecraft. I first got into esports probably in 2020, around the springtime, and that was because obviously with COVID coming out, and taking more effect on our lives. I think I had a lot more time to, stay indoors and play games, so I got back into Counter-Strike after a little bit of a break. And during that, I was, just started commentating over some advanced matches, kind of got interested in the scene, and over time, just started, sticking with it. So competitive gaming is really cool because, I really like the international aspect of it, right? Where you can kind of link up with, anyone across the world, and immediately you can have like an experience together. I think that's a pretty rare thing in life. So, definitely one of my like favorite things is meeting people from all over the place. I think that's a really, valuable thing to have in life. So my nickname Xner, and this is just a recent development. My nickname's been Xner for a little while, but I recently figured out that I've spelled it wrong. It comes from a game called UB Funkies, and it's one of the characters. It's one of those games where you like plug in a character, and he kind of like you can control it. So it was a character from an old game called UB Funkies. If you want, you can look it up. I think there's still characters out there that you can play. I don't know if you can play the game still, but it was definitely one of those like fun old games that came out in the early 2000s. So when I first started casting, I was trying to join one of my friends' open teams. So I started casting their games while they were playing off in playoffs, and eventually, they were able to, I think, win a season of ESEA, like playoffs or whatever, and they eventually went on to like make it to a higher league. And when they were doing that, I went up with them, continued to cast them, continued to stream their games, and they eventually said that I was doing pretty good, that I should try and do it more seriously. And so it was basically like a big group of friends that I had, that I was trying to join their team, and they all said, yeah, you should really stick with this is kind of your thing. So yeah, eventually I was able to make it a little bit of a job there, and I give a lot of credit to those guys for encouraging me to move forward. They were a big inspiration in my early career, so definitely those guys, my old friends. So my first memorable moment my casting career has to be probably the first LAN that I went to. I feel like everyone remembers their first LAN, and everyone always has really interesting stories about the first LAN. So mine was in a casino in Oklahoma. Kind of an unforgettable event. We spent quite a bit of time. It was like a 12-hour day. I had to bring my own microphone, my own webcam, all that stuff. So it was a fun time, but it was definitely, an experience that I think everyone has to go through as a caster. I consider my biggest achievement in casting so far probably getting to do my first international LAN. That was the CCT Malta finals. So that was definitely like one of my coolest experiences. I got to work with some like amazing talent, like talent that I kind of grew up listening to, which was just probably you know, one of the biggest experiences or achievements that I've gotten so far. So I think some of the funniest moments have been during like tech pauses, where it's been already a long day, and at this point, you know, our brains can be a little bit fried when it comes to, you know, being sharp, being on our toes. And in these cases, that's exactly when, you know, one of my co-commentators, Anthran, and I like to do our podcast sessions where we just kind of riff together. And I feel like some of the stuff that gets said on those like moments where we're in the deep tech pauses, like the 20-minute long tech pauses, and we're already like, you know, gearing up to end our day, those are some of the funniest experiences. And like I feel like I've been on the floor laughing during like a broadcast just because of you know, what's being said in those little tech pauses. So definitely some of the funniest moments for me. So I think one of the, you know, most unexpected cool moments in my esports career was probably hanging out with some of the Apex guys at Fragadalphia. Those guys were really nice, and I didn't expect them to even be there coming into that event when I was working. I knew there was rumors, but I think the last frag that they brought their academy team, so I figured it would be the same case. But just hanging out with a lot of the like you know, top players or like very skilled individuals, again, players that I kind of grew up on, and then getting to, you know, spend time with them, it was a lot of fun. So I think that was one of the you know, cooler experiences so far in my career. Yeah, I mean, it was a cool experience just because we got to spend time, you know, not talking about Counter-Strike, but, you know, talking about some other experiences. And again, something I mentioned earlier is that you get to learn a lot about other people's cultures, and so I think like anytime you get to, you know, sit with a group of like people from probably 5 or 6 different countries, if I had to guess, it's always like a really cool experience. You get to learn a lot about the world through that. So I think that's why it was such a cool experience. So I think I have the same goal and kind of aspiration as everyone when it comes to my career in esports, and that is to cast a major. I think that's kind of everyone's goal when they come into it. I mean, obviously, you know, you never know if you're gonna get that opportunity, but definitely one of my like long-term goals is to get an opportunity to cast at a major. I think that'd be, you know, incredible, great opportunity, and yeah, I think that's like every caster's dream, is to get an opportunity in the biggest stage. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe to the video, as well as you can follow me on my socials, my Twitter at XnerCast. And yeah, thank you all so much for watching.